Good evening, happy Sunday, and welcome to Love and Entrepreneurship. I am Lisa the Boss Lady, and I'm here with
Chef Square,
who is currently making some jerk ribs on the barbecue pit. So he will be in and out, but I'm going to interview our guest, the lovely Melissa Case. She is a single entrepreneur, and she's going to be talking about how difficult it is to date as a single entrepreneur. Welcome, Melissa.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So tell us what you do, Melissa.
What don't I do? I work a full-time job. Of course, I have an 8 to 5er. I love my job, but I have 3 businesses in the background. I have an Etsy business where I sell products. So if I moved my screen around, you'd see all the stuff in my office, but I'm going to not do that. I also have a Mica business, which is basically the same as Etsy, only a different version. And I have a travel business, which has 2 sides to it. I book travel and I help others book travel.
So how long have you been single?
About 1 year and 3 months now, I guess. January, February. Yeah, about 1 year and 3 months now. So yes.
How are you loving that?
I do. It's weird. I'm older, so I've been a relationship person pretty much my whole entire adult life. I'm a mom of 4 sons, so this is the first time in my entire life that I have been on my own, just me. My boys are grown, so they're not a responsibility to me. I mean, of course they're my children, and they're I'll always be a part of their lives, but it's not a financial, you know what I mean. So right. It's just me that I'm responsible for, and that is totally weird to me. Totally weird.
So how does the dating scene look for you?
Again, weird. I'm like I said, I'm 55, so the last time I really dated was many years ago, and it's completely different, especially with COVID. I mean, everything is social media, websites. There's very few in-person meeting people situations that you can do, and that's just strange. I mean, it's really strange. But, at first I thought it was cool because you can talk to people, and before you meet and decide, if you have things in common, what their interests are before you step out to that little scary place of in person. But now I've learned that the virtual world is a little scary.
Okay.
So how about your entrepreneur?
Hold on. Stop. Okay, me to my phone, sorry.
So what about being an entrepreneur? How does that change things as far as dating?
It seems that people, a gentleman, or I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a lot, not just gentlemen, in my age range, are not as, I don't want to say active because they are active, but they're not into multiple streams. They're not into that. They're winding down their careers. I mean, they're leaning more towards retirement and ending there, and they're not looking to be as active, I guess, as I am, as far as running around and doing things and being a part of this and that and everything else. They want to be the homebody, all that kind of stuff. So it's it's different. I mean, it really wasn't what I expected.
So do you think that it's because you're an entrepreneur? Do you think it's because of your age as an entrepreneur? Do you think it's because of society? Why do you think that it's like that?
I think it's all of the above, really, because a lot of it I think is age, but a lot of it is all of them, because I think society says people at our age range are supposed to be grown and know what, have already an established career and not seeking new opportunities. You're
Mhm.
supposed to be where you're supposed to be at this point, and winding down to, living, traveling, or just being, not about work.
But you do travel, and you're a travel agency owner, so you travel well, and you travel well and informed. So that's still an issue.
But it's a business. It's the business part of it. People just want the leisure. They just want to have fun and go out and do it. And I feel like my business is fun. It's just that it's a business. I think people, when they hear entrepreneur, they hear work.
Right.
And
Right.
a lot of people are scared of the work or don't want the work. They want to end the work at a certain age. But to me, it feels like, if you love what you do, it's not work.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
But it also, in the society that we live in, the world that we live in today, that's not an option that we have. When we were growing up, I dare say when we were growing up, that was what it was. You do get a job, you do go out to you go to college, you retire, and then that's that. But here, after we retire, we have to get another job, because the society is not the same. So it should be that entrepreneurship should be commended instead of punished.
I agree with that. And I've lived through the other side of it. My mother was the, work and then retire, but my father passed away, so she didn't have that stability. So she had to work a job after retirement.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be in that position. I want to have myself more stable, where it's not, I can pick what I want to do, not that I have to go to the local Walmart and work in order to pay my bills.
Hey, Sister Sunshine, good evening.
Yeah, so it's different. Nowadays, I say one great advantage of the world these days is you can pick and choose what you want to do. It's not, you're limited to, what's out there. There's so many people, especially through COVID, that have come up with things that are completely new and different now that we never thought of before. So you're able to, hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah, so you're able to pick and choose. You can make your own niche, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You can make it what you want it to be.
Exactly. And that's not a bad thing, but you would think that the way that society is progressing and becoming more technological, more advanced, and more open-minded, that it wouldn't be such a hard thing, for an entrepreneur to find a mate, because we should all be more entrepreneurial in our thinking. Lisa Murphy says you have got to have a plan B. And that is absolutely correct.
You do. And but I think a lot of people these days this society, at least the newer, younger people, I should say, not all, some aren't that way. I think it's based on how you were raised and different things, but it's instant gratification for people, and they don't want the work.
Yes, we live in a microwave society. That is true. But wouldn't you say that COVID kind of should have pushed people to be more entrepreneurial, because a lot of people lost their incomes. A lot of people, they can't go in, to the building where they were working at before. So COVID should have made everybody more entrepreneurial.
You would think so. I feel that way. I feel grateful and blessed that I had started all this before COVID, because I don't know where I would have been during the COVID if I hadn't already had those businesses started to pull me through. Yes, I had to go back to a 9-to-5. I was doing my businesses full time and didn't have a 9-to-5 at that point. But I'm grateful that I had those to sustain me, where I wasn't one of those people who had to worry about evictions. My bills were being paid during the process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's something that you learned before COVID, right? You
Absolutely.
learned to have a plan B before you learned to build your ark, before it started raining, right?
Right, before it started raining. So
Exactly.
like I was very blessed to have done that. So, I mean, I think everyone. What is
Sunshine says, I just said this last week. If the pandemic didn't bring out the hustler in people, then they may not have it in them. That is so true. However, you need to have it in you. You need to have it in you. It's not an option anymore. It's no longer, multiple streams of income is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity. You have to have that. And if COVID didn't show you that, I don't know what to tell you.
I think a lot of the older generation, though, were so used to the 9 to 5 being what they were supposed to do. When I grew up, you went to school, you got a degree, you got a good job. The other stuff wasn't, and those were just the people that were hustlers that did that. Those weren't the normal, regular, everyday people. So, they think the people that are, this is my opinion from what I've encountered. I'm not everyone's like this, but they think that, if you have to have a hustle, then there's something else going on.
Right.
That's not, I don't feel like that's the case at all.
No, it's not. It's definitely not the case. And the thing is, I get that thinking because we were all brought up. When you told me about this, what did I tell you? Oh, that's a scam. You don't get paid on those. Lisa Murphy says multiple streams of income.
I mean,
exactly.
My thing is well, I mean, just to flip the coin, how was it when I just watched her roll over in bed and grab her phone and go, "Oh, I just got paid," and then the next day you roll over, grab the phone, "Oh, I just got paid again. I don't know what for, but I just got paid again," and I'm just like, "Wait, huh?"
Yeah, and that's how it happened with Melissa. Like that's when I started the business, is because Melissa was getting money in her email and she didn't know where it came from. And I'm like, you don't know where this money came from. Are you serious? I need to do that, And so those are just examples of how the world has changed, how things have changed. And if you are noticing that things have changed, you notice that we have cars that can go off of batteries. We have drones that can fly around and like see stuff over in the sky. We have all of these things, the hoverboards. We have all of these things that is showing you that things have changed. So don't you think you have to change with it?
The change is a really hard thing for some people. A lot of people don't like change.
That
way.
Hard is relative. Pick your hard. Pick your hard. It's hard to not eat, right? It's hard to not pay rent, right? So pick your heart. Would you rather learn how to have your multiple streams of income and eat and pay rent? Or would you be like, oh, that's hard, so I'm going to just sit here with my 9 to 5 and hope that unemployment pays me when it shuts down because of COVID?
Yeah, you're right.
You got to pick your heart, guys.
Hard.
Right. And so that's just the entrepreneur side. But then you add dating into that. Oh my gosh, the world is upside down, right?
Yes, because people don't understand that. They think that, you're not available. Oh, you're working. Well, it's not a 9 to 5. So really, what are you doing? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm explaining myself all the time. And I mean, I would think personally, that someone would be happy or impressed or whatever that you are so
entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, enterprising. Yes.
I mean, I understand. I have my moments where I want to stay home with my feet up in bed watching The Housewives. I have those moments. I want to do that kind of stuff.
Death to the alarm clock, okay? We all feel that way.
But what others don't understand is with the businesses that I have and what I'm doing that, but I'm working on my phone right next to while I'm doing it. So just because I'm working doesn't mean that I don't have that leisure time. And I'll give you an example. My oldest son is ex-military veteran, and he was in the hospital. He's in a wheelchair. He had broken a lot of different bones in his body, and I was there help taking care of him, but I was still working at the hospital with my laptop.
Oh yeah, that was when you quit your job and you stayed home for a year and a half, 2 years. Was it 2 years that you stayed home?
Yeah.
Working your business and
working my business from the hospital. Yeah. I still do it. So I mean, that's how. To me, that's the best way to go. So what's the problem?
Lisa Murphy says a degree has very little value in some cases. That is absolutely true. It's just not the same anymore. Like you said, we were raised, you go to school, you get a good job, you retire, right? And these days going to school just doesn't really it doesn't really mean that much. And I can vouch for that because I started a few degrees, and yes, I said a few. I started a few degrees and I didn't finish any of them. I'm 12 hours away from my executive MBA, and I'm about 15 hours away from my associates in psychology. I took my law major and turned it into psychology after I watched a movie that just let me know that I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I got off somebody guilty, right? So I didn't finish those, but I have a really good job that I love, and I am an entrepreneur. So Sunshine says, Lisa Villiers Murphy, absolutely, because I've yet to benefit financially from my degree. It's always been because of my drive or hustler mentality. I mean, that's just the case these days. Things are just not the same. So we're gonna go to a commercial really quick, and then we're gonna come back and talk to Melissa more about the dating scene. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for healthy meal prep, family-style meals, or catering for your next event, look no further than the East Traveling Square Kitchen with Chef Square, Alan Phillips, specializing in soul food, family-style dining, and southern flavor. Chef Square can adhere to dietary needs like keto and bariatric meal prep without compromising on taste. Take advantage of weekly meal plans like the Starter Pack, 5 meals for $75 with 3 entree choices. Additional meal plans and contact-free delivery is available. Contact Chef Square of the East Traveling Square Kitchen today at 832-495-8836 and tell them Stunner Radio sent you.
And we are back with Melissa Case.
Hey.
We're talking about how it is to be a single entrepreneur. So as far as the dating scene, we've talked about the entrepreneurial scene, which is it's already in itself different, you know, that you basically have to be an entrepreneur these days. So what about dating? Let's just forget about the fact that, you know, that you're older. I'm not going to say you're old. You're not old. And for one, you don't look old. So whatever. And so we're not going to say that. Let's just focus on dating period. How about that? How is dating period, which I know it's different because the way that we were raised and the way that things are today is not the same. But shouldn't it be? Because the people that you're dating, they grew up with the same traditions and rules as you.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I feel like in my situation, I always say older, but it's my age range. I mean, you've either been in a relationship for a long period of time, and so it's a whole new world out there for you. And so you're really navigating what you're even looking for. I mean, at first, when I became single in the beginning, I thought, okay, well, I know what I want. I know what I don't want based on what I had. And, you know, I'm ready to start dating. And then I got out there and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't even know what I want. I mean, what do I want? Because, you know, I don't know what's out there now. The world is different. So let me step back and figure out me first, because if I don't know me, how is somebody else going to fit into the equation if I don't even know what I want?
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you said that, because it's important for you to get to know who you are, right? So you think that that's what you should do at this point? You should just sit back and get to know you?
Oh yeah. After the first, you know, either I feel like in my situation, if you're newly single or if you've been single for a while, you either know what you want or you don't. There's really not an in between there. So when you figure out, it took me being actually dating someone for a few months to realize that I really didn't know what I wanted, and that it wasn't fair to that person. If I don't know, how can you compliment each other and be in a relationship if you really don't know what you're looking for? So at that point, I decided that it was time for me to, you know, try to figure out what I wanted before I did that again. So
availability to meet people now is so different. That
Sharon,
is
he
so
said it.
true.
He said it. It is true.
You guys are saying, like, I'm not in the dating world anymore, but I can say that before 2 years ago, when I was out there in the dating world, it was something I chose not to do. I just chose not to do it. You know, in case you guys didn't know, Melissa's my best friend. And so some of these questions that I'm asking her, I don't exactly know the answer to, because it's not something that we sat on and talked about, but I thought that she had something good to say. And I thought that you guys could benefit from hearing from her as a single entrepreneur, but not just that, but as an upper level, I'm gonna say upper level Gen Xer in the dating, you know, world, because that makes a difference though. You know, even I'm 42. And so even if I was out there dating, it's still a little bit of a different pool than the one that you're in. But I will say that even my pool was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, you know, and especially as an entrepreneur, because they love to say these dreaded words. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you are dating an entrepreneur, if you know an entrepreneur, don't ever say this. You should just go get a job.
Oh,
Don't say that to an entrepreneur. Don't do that. Sharon Phillips says, Melissa has been spot on. She always is, Mom. I'm so serious. She is. And so I felt like she was a great guest, you know, to come and talk to you guys about, you know, what's going on out here with single entrepreneurs.
Well, what Sharon said is spot on when she said the availability, because it's true. People at our age range, or most people are usually have been in a long-term relationship and are happily married, and the ones that aren't for a reason. I mean, in some of that I've encountered, is honesty and integrity is just not as prevalent as I wish it would be.
Yeah, it's almost non-existent. It really is.
I mean, it hurts my feelings that, you know, I say it from the beginning, up front from the beginning, what I'm looking for. I'm honest about what it is, and I expect the same. And it could be just me, but I haven't received that reciprocation most of the time.
I definitely don't think it's you. I think that's kind of straight across the board. But another thing I want to touch on with you is that one is, have you ever come across those who say, oh, you should just go get a job?
Oh yeah, always. Why do you do that? If you have a 9-to-5, why do you do that? You're just money hungry.
Oh my gosh, money hungry?
Yeah, I'm not money. I mean, everyone wants to be comfortable, and I'm not looking to be a millionaire, and that's never been a goal of mine. Now, if it ever happened, that'd be great. But but that's not a 100% goal. What would make me happy is to know when the bills come due that the money's there to pay it.
Absolutely.
And that's happiness for me. If I decide I want to go here, okay, I've got the money to go there at that time. If, you know, I'm not looking for $1 million. I'm looking for, you know, just not having to worry about the money being there, and having, yes, my 9-to-5 pays my bills. Yes, it does. But I want that stability, that extra oomph in my bank account.
Right. You want to be able to have to say, well, wait till I get paid, right?
Yeah. And I like the special perks, and I like the discounts, and I like all that kind of stuff that I get from my business.
Right. I mean, me too. I like the bye belly. I like the tea. I like drinking the tea for one. I like, you know, my waistline going down. You know, one of the ladies that's one of my friends that I hadn't seen her in a while, she delivered me some C-Ross today. And when I came outside, she said, "Is that you?" I was like, "Yeah, Tina, it's me." But I mean, I love that. And the fact that I make money from it is just a plus. The travel business, we love what we do. And I'm sorry, Melissa, I just can't understand. That's definitely not you. I can't understand why somebody would be opposed to that, especially somebody you're dating. Why wouldn't they want to go with you?
You, Lisa Danae. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I scare people. I don't know. I think I'm the sweetest. I mean, and maybe that's just me. I'm a down home country girl by heart. I wouldn't hurt a fly unless you hurt one of my flies, then I'm gonna come after you. But other than that, I'm not a mean-spirited person at all. So I don't understand. I haven't figured it out.
Lisa Dene says men who are not an entrepreneur can't understand the lifestyle. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And if they don't have the entrepreneurial spirit, if they don't have that ambition, if they don't have that if they don't have the drive to go out there and get it, then they won't understand it. Sharon Phillips says financial stability and just independence. And I pretty much think that that's what we're after. And I think as women, a lot of the time we bear that load because we're more willing and we're more entrepreneurial. We have more drive, to go out there and get it. And that's kind of the reason why I'm gonna revisit this little submission thing again. That's mostly the reason why, men are always trying to bang it in our heads that we need to submit. But the main reason that we don't is because they're not out here being a leader. They're not out here, being a provider and the head of the household. And I'm not saying all men, because there are some good men out there that are still doing that. But when what they're not understanding is when you have a woman that is doing all of these things, how are we going to submit when you're not allowing us to? Mm. And that's kind of what the dating pool has.
You can still be in that kind of a relationship. I'm completely for, head of the household. I was raised that way. I'm about that. It's just you can do that and be an entrepreneur at the same time.
I'm all about that, and I am a submissive woman all the way. I am definitely a submissive woman, but that doesn't mean I don't own 8 businesses now. But my husband, he has 3 businesses as well.
I took 2 of yours.
But he took 2. The last 2 that I started, he took those on. So we're distributing the workload more evenly. And that's exactly what I mean. He said, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And you can go and do these things. I know that you enjoy these things and I don't mind doing these things. So I'm going to do these things and you go do this. That is exactly what we are looking for. So are you saying that in the time that you've been single, over 1.5 years, that you have not met a man that was okay with you being an entrepreneur?
Well, I don't know that was the only reason, but it seems to be a block, I guess I should say, in continuum relationship. You start out meeting people, and then when they find out the different things you're doing and where you're going, the messaging and the phone calls stop.
So you haven't had a guy in the last year that you've dated that was willing to say you were going to a meeting, that was willing to go with you?
Go with me now?
No. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Guys, I need you guys to chime in, and I need y'all to come on here and defend yourselves. So, Love and Entrepreneurship is having a meet and greet.
I've heard.
On the 18th. So do you think that you would, show up, and do you think that you would meet some guys that are entrepreneurs that are willing to date another entrepreneur?
I'm open. I don't have a problem. I'm not scared. So yeah, I'll be there.
So Lisa Dene says some men are intimidated. Do you think that that's the case?
I don't know if it, I agree that there are some that are. I don't know that any of them that I have met have been intimidated. I think sometimes they're, intimidated is not the word I want to use. I want to use they don't want to share.
They're selfish. They're possessive. They're stingy.
Yeah, they don't want my time in other places.
So, Sister Sunshine says, say that it is easy to submit to someone worthy of being submissive to.
Absolutely, Sunshine. She said it right there.
And you know what, guys? If there are any guys watching, you know what? I want y'all to know we want to submit. We do. I have wanted to submit. I've always wanted to submit. I just was not allowed to, because one thing that a woman will do is what she has to.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's straight across the board. That's not Black women. That's not white women. That's not Asian. That's not Hispanic. That's a women, period. Especially mothers. We will do what we have to do. And, that's that. Entrepreneurship isn't, I wouldn't even look at it as something that I have to do. It's something that I love. And I love to travel. And I love helping other people travel, because a lot of times when, I'm booking travel for someone, they didn't think that they could travel. They didn't think they can afford it. I love showing people that they can afford to travel.
I do too. That's how all of this started for me, was the fact that I couldn't travel, being a single mom of 4 sons. And when I learned about this business and what I could do and how I could help other single mothers, do this, I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. And I took this and ran with it. Just not only did it help me, but I wanted to share it with the world, because I wanted other mothers younger for their children to be able to experience travel that my kids did.
Exactly, because we got to wait till our kids grown to take them somewhere.
Yeah. I want the young kids to be able to, because, I read an article when I first started the travel business. It stuck with me and has always stuck with me, that, a high percentage of children never leave their sphere of where they grew up to explore the outside world. And those people, that the children that have never experienced things, don't progress. They say that the children that experience the world have a higher percentage of being successful in life. And so I wanted to help in that situation. I've always been had a helpful spirit. And when I wanted those children to experience it so that they could progress in their lives and experience and be able to be more successful. So I wanted to share that information.
Absolutely. And I will say this, the entrepreneurial thing, it began with the travel business, but y'all, Chef Square is in here with a spoonful of something.
No, Chef Square, you can't give it to her, not the rest of us.
It's potatoes. It's mashed potatoes. He made them he peeled them.
Chef Square needs to make he needs to create a single man.
Oh gosh, it's it's so good.
I have to cook for myself.
It's baby red mashed potatoes, homemade, Caribbean spiced.
Oh,
so it's
I need some little Caribbean spice.
It's so good. Definitely. Stay
tuned for the pictures on Facebook. I am going to post the finished product.
Does that mean we have lunch tomorrow, Lisa? Work?
No, we will. So yeah, that's what he's up to. He is doing ribs and mashed potatoes while we are talking about being single and being an entrepreneur. One thing that I still can't understand, we got a man.
We got a man. Okay.
Let's ask him. So when we met and you saw the entrepreneurial spirit in me, you saw what I was doing, be honest, be transparent, and, tell them if you were stingy.
Yes, I was.
So what changed that for you?
Well, I got busy, and then it was.
I'm the one to know where the samples are.
Get him, Ma, get him.
As I started becoming busy, and I started to have to do a lot of the things with a lot of the businesses that I had, and trying to get stuff started and get stuff instituted, I understood exactly what was going on with you. So it made me reevaluate how I needed to go about getting what I still wanted, but without making it so hard for you.
So you're saying that the men that are in the dating pool need to find something to do.
No, you have to be understanding. See, the thing about it is like for me, I was in a place where I did not understand because I'd never been there. So once I got into a position where I was there, then I understood, okay, well, this is going to take this.
So do you think that if she was to speak with the, say she had a man that she was dating and he was having an issue with her being entrepreneurial, if she was to speak with him and try to speak to his inner entrepreneur and pull that out, then do you think that that would be helpful?
That would be helpful.
Now, what if he don't have nothing in there?
Now, if he don't have that about him, then it might still be troublesome or problematic. And the only reason why I say that is because being with an entrepreneur, you have to have some type of patience and understanding.
Okay, so I have a question then. So as a single person and dating, so is that something that should be shared from the beginning or not?
Absolutely.
Yes, from the beginning.
Absolutely, from the beginning, because they need to have the decision to go forward with that or not.
Yeah, right. Because you have to understand that, in some odds, in some places, you slide to number 2. And I still have a problem with that. But by the same token, I am understanding of that fact because it was like, hey, right, Lisa.
Lisa
says she doesn't share in the beginning. So that's the reason I asked that question.
But if you don't share it, then that it could become a situation where you're wasting each other's time. Because just like I say, be upfront and honest with everything. Because if you're upfront in the beginning, then they're making a decision on what they're going to deal with. As am I. If you tell me upfront what we're doing and what's going on, I make the decision on whether or not I'm going to deal with that and go forward. And that's why I feel like disclosure is guaranteed. Sharon says she would not be attracted to him. If he didn't have it in him, she wouldn't be attracted. You might be attracted, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: potential is a killer. It is a killer, because they may not have entrepreneurial spirit inside of them, but you may see the potential for entrepreneurial spirit in them and want to go forward on that.
But even if they're, they don't always have to be entrepreneurial as well. I don't think sometimes is being supportive of you.
Well, Sunshine says, well said, Brother Phillips. The men would have to be equally yoked, which means either they have a vision and are focused on executing the vision, or if they don't have a vision, they should be supportive of the overall vision.
That's what I'm saying right there. That's what I mean.
That is a word. Come on, Pastor.
She's saying it.
That is because at the end of the day, both parties have to have a mutual respect
for each other,
and a mutual common ground for what the other does. See, right. It's not a one-sided thing. That's why I always say, me and Lisa, we whatever it is, from the very beginning to what you see now, we brought every issue to the table, put it out there, talked about it, broke it down, made sure that each party knew exactly what was going on, and then we moved forward. And if we have to come back to the table, we come back to the table. Why? Because it's a mutual common ground. We know at this point, it's not about who's over who's controlling what, who's doing what, and what's going on. When we bring it to the table, it's equal footing. It's an equal level playing field. This is what's in front of us. Not this is what's going on with you and this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on with us. This is what we got going. What are we going to do with it? How are we going to make this vision? How are we going to make this work? Are we going to come together? Or do I have to resort to you relying on just me?
Well, and I think something that Lisa says all the time to me resonates, because in your situations and in your marriage, every day is not always going to be 50-50. There's going to be some days where it's going to be 70-30.
Right.
And there's some days that it's going to be, 60-40 or 80-20, and you all adjust to what has to be done to support each other, as to what's going on. I think some people believe that everything should be 50-50. And if you can't do your half all of the time, then we're not in an equal marriage.
Well,
you're not in a loving marriage if you're not willing to support the other person when they need a little bit more.
Here's the
next
thing.
time you might need a little bit more.
Hold on. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't get inside of a marriage.
You smell delicious.
What people don't get is the fact of it's like jumping in the pool holding hands together, and both of you do not want to drown. How do both of you float to the top, still holding hands together, and both of you survive? You have to find the balance. So, and then not that, but y'all both have to come together and work collectively to accomplish a single goal. You can accomplish much more together than you can individually, because the world accompanies way more than just you.
Woo, that's a whole word. So we're going to come back and I'm going to tell you my side of that situation right after this quick commercial break.
This show was sponsored in part by Houston's own multimedia mogul, Lisa the Boss Lady, motivational speaker, travel agent, sales consultant for Bye Bye Belly, Bedroom Candy, and Candy Coated Cosmetics, and coming soon, the co-host of the hot new talk show, Love and Entrepreneurship. If you're looking to start a business or you just need some inspiration, contact Lisa the Boss Lady. It's time to boss up in 2021. Follow her on Facebook and Instagram at Lisa the Boss Lady, or visit her website, lisathebosslady.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
We are back with the girls on Love and Entrepreneurship. We're talking about what it's like to be single as an entrepreneur. And my husband, Chef Square, he came with a good word, as well as my sister, Sister Sunshine. So this is what I have to say about the 50-50 situation. I don't think that that's possible. When you enter a relationship, it needs to be 100-100, because you're not going to always be able to pull your 50. So if it's not 100-100, when you're not 50, how are they going to give you the other 50? Because that's everything if they're 50-50. And what if they're only 30? And you give them 50, that's just 80. So it needs to be 100-100, so that when they're not at their best, that you can give that percentage and make y'all 100. And when you're not at your best, they can give that percentage and make y'all 100 without making you 0. If that makes sense.
It does. And I agree with that.
So listen, what are we going to do about the dating situation? How are we going to handle it differently?
I mean, I don't know. I refuse to not be myself. I refuse to be fake and say I'm something I'm not. I don't understand why others do that, because the real eventually comes out. So, I mean, fake up front doesn't do you any good, because down the line, real is going to come out. So you just have wasted your time as well as mine. So, yeah. I mean, I just feel like one of the things lacking in the new age of dating, because you can hide behind a computer screen or a text message, the new age of dating, there's not all honesty that I feel there would be if you were out in the world as much as we have been in the past, I guess. I don't know.
So do you think that dating is just over for entrepreneurs?
Well, I hope not. I mean, I know there's somebody out there for me somewhere.
Absolutely. I definitely believe that. I believe that there's somebody out here for everybody. And the only thing is, sometimes we don't know, who that somebody is, and we may have let that somebody go. But I do believe that there's somebody out here for everybody. And I'm not going to say I think you let that person go. I don't know. I don't know all your business. I know some of it, but I don't know all of it. So I'm not going to say I think you let that person go. But I'm definitely not going to say that you should give up on dating. But I do think that you should take the time to get to know you and get to know what you like. Get to know Mike Johnson says he is here Are you here for Melissa?
Who's Mike Johnson?
Let's look at his profile. Look, he cute, girl. Mike, are you here for Melissa?
Oh Lord.
Look, I'm doing a meet and greet already. We're on just the meet and greet portion of the show.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's laughing.
Mike thinks I'm funny.
Okay. Well, hey, Mike.
So, Mike, are you going to come to the meet and greet? Because Melissa's going to be there and Lisa Danae is going to be there.
There's several of us single entrepreneurs out
Right.
there.
As a matter of fact, Miss Mimi is going to be there and Christy is going to be there. I believe Tina is going to be there. You're listening? We're going to have a meet and greet at Keontae's. It's on the 18th of April. That's a Sunday. And we're going to be at Keontae's Lounge. It's 139. Is it 13940 Belmont North Houston?
I think so. I have to look it up. Hold on.
Belmont North Houston. But you can see it on the Love and Entrepreneurship Facebook page. We have a big old flyer up there. And it's from 3 to 6. We're going to have 13940 Belmont North Houston, Suite 312 at Keontae's Lounge. Listen, we're going to get a rum punch in Melissa.
No rum punch in Melissa. No. The friendly Melissa comes out when the rum punch comes out. So I have to be on point. No rum punch, if not for a while now.
Mike, we're going to get Melissa to wear a romper.
No rompers either.
You had a romper on yesterday. You was cute, girl.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Lisa Danae says, shoot your shot, Mike.
Oh my goodness. Lisa's encouraging.
Mike, we're very happy to have a guy on. So don't take it personally. We're very happy. Yes, LaFlower, tell her. Yes, girl.
What does LaFlower say?
All I have to say is, put him in the game, coach.
Chef Square needs a guy to hang around with so we can double date.
Yeah.
So I definitely encourage all you single entrepreneurs, men and women, to come out to the meet and greet at Keontae's Lounge. It's on April 18th from 3 to 6. It is going to be our first Love and Entrepreneurship in the city. So we're super excited about that. Chef Square and myself are going to host the event, but we're definitely going to help you guys mix and mingle and, meet some entrepreneurs, because I think that would make the situation, the dating situation, a bit easier. Because if you're dating another entrepreneur, then they understand, where you're coming from. And I think that would be a great idea. And it may be something that we do maybe every other month, or maybe once a month. It may be something, that we do and, get together so that we can all fellowship together. And have a good time and get some rum punch. What's the other drink she had? The green crack? Is it green crack?
I think so.
And she had some green crack too. Y'all, I'm telling you, get these drinks at Keontae's. I heard it was good. So I ain't had none.
I was scared, so I didn't try any.
I know, right? But let me tell you, Lisa Danae had that rum punch and she did a whole freestyle.
Yes.
She hit a whole flow. So we're gonna go to Keontae's and we're gonna have some rum punch and we're gonna mix and mingle. We're gonna chill and we're gonna have a great time. Thank you, Sister Sunshine. She put the address in there for you guys. 13940 Belmont North Houston, Suite 312 at Keontae's Lounge. Y'all, we're gonna have an amazing time. I can't wait to see my good-looking entrepreneur brothers and sisters. I can't wait. So, Melissa, do you have any advice for anybody, any entrepreneurs out there in the dating world?
Stay your ground. Be yourself. Don't let anybody derail you from who you are. That's how I feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that 1000%. I definitely want to tell you guys, don't give up, but I want to tell you guys something else. When I met Chef Square again, because we've been knowing each other for a very long time, we've been friends for a very long time. When we, eventually, got together again. It was not something that we were looking for. So I want to tell you guys that, be encouraged by that. It's not something that we were looking for. We literally had a phone conversation. I was trying to make sure that he was okay because it was a traumatic, situation that he was dealing with. And so I was just trying to make sure that he was okay. And the rest literally is history. One phone call, and we ended up talking the whole day. And that's not what we were looking for. We were not looking for or rushing a relationship or anything. And he knew that I was an entrepreneur. He knew how busy I was. He knew all of that. Miriam says it'll be fun. Yes, girl.
Yes.
Ass is shaking, right?
Oh no.
So he knew it. He knew, going into the situation what it was, but it wasn't that we were looking for that situation. We were enjoying our friendship. And I think that friendship should be the basis of any relationship. So, Melissa and the rest of you guys out there, go find you a friend. Go find you somebody that you like hanging around with. Go find, yes, that flyer, y'all. Y'all, look at Lisa Danae, ain't she fine? Y'all look at her, he fine, y'all. So we want to see our awesome entrepreneur friends at the meet and greet. So we want to make sure that we're being friends with someone, because that's the foundation of everything. And you never know how that goes, because when you're someone's friend, you know who they are, and you know what they want and what they like. And if you could spend 24 hours with that person, you know what I mean? Because that's important. When you're friends with someone, whether or not you would be okay with going to the next level. Now, we'll also tell you to be careful, because if you go to that next level and it ends up, wrong, you don't want to do that, because you don't want to lose a good friendship. So make sure, that it's a mutual thing, and that you guys are compatible. And if you decide to take it to the next level, that is a mutual decision, and that you understand that you are friends first. Because even my husband and myself, we always say, look, I'm your friend first.
Right.
And we still do that. We still do that, even as a married couple. So Miriam says, singles, be encouraged. Definitely be encouraged. She says, super fine. Y'all listen. These men are going to be in here, and they're going to be serving body. Okay. And these ladies are going to be in here serving swag. So definitely want to be in the building.
All I'm going to say is try Jesus, but don't try me. I fight.
Don't nobody want me but you.
Like I say, try Jesus.
They're not coming to see me. They're coming to see Melissa and Lisa and Miriam.
Like I said,
and the ladies is coming to see Richie Rich and whatever other men that's coming.
Like I said, try Jesus.
Oh, Josh is going to be there as well. My guest for next week is Josh Mica, and he is going to be in the building as well. We are super excited to talk to Josh too. Josh is super fun. He brings the fun into any room. So we definitely are excited to talk with him next week. He is another single entrepreneur. And the week after that, where we're going to be trying to get a single entrepreneur male and a single entrepreneur woman together on the show so that we could talk about it. So yes, so that is what we are working on, guys.
Okay.
Super excited. Super excited. LaFlower says, LOL, try Jesus. Guys, I'm so excited about everything that we have going on, and we're going to try to have some more love and entrepreneurship in the city events. We are also having our love and entrepreneurship couples vacay in November. We are going to Punta Cana November 25th through November 26th through December 1st. So definitely come, and you don't have to be a couple. Melissa, you could bring Natalie.
I can bring Natalie.
You don't have to be a couple, but we definitely will have a couple day. And you don't have to, the couple day that we have, you guys can, you could come after that If you,
See, Lisa Renee even said it. She got to find her a bae by then. Me too.
They say she got to find her a bae. Look, y'all, we're gonna have some entrepreneur meet and greet. So y'all gonna have y'all a bae.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gonna have y'all. Have y'all ever heard of having a travel bae?
No.
So listen, this is a concept of a travel bae. I saw this in a group on Facebook, y'all. So a travel bae is somebody that you just travel with, and when y'all go home, y'all back single.
Okay.
What you think about that?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Lisa,
nah. I agree with Lisa. Bae is bae. No.
So
I don't want a part-time bae. I want a full-time.
You wouldn't do a travel bae?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm just not a part-time girl. I don't think so.
I mean, that's definitely understandable. I mean, it's a different type of concept. It sounds very, Melissa, I will fill in if you don't have one by it. There you go.
Okay, Sharon. I'll take you
on.
I
don't know, y'all. If we bring Sharon to Punta Cana, y'all, I don't know.
I'd be in trouble. Sharon and I together, we might get ourselves into some trouble. Because I heard, then I'm not gonna say what I heard.
y'all go get in trouble. Sharon gonna be down there causing trouble. Y'all gonna be having them Dominican men and them Punta Cana men going crazy. They're gonna be out there talking about, baby, you're very beautiful. Let me talk to you.
Oh, I ain't trying to shoot nobody. On my anniversary.
Where's Mama? We gotta be hanging there.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Things that make you go, that's right, Miriam. Get you a bae and come on to Punta Cana, girl. Get you some Añejo rum, girl. Have some shots of Mama Juana with us.
Oh my goodness.
That Mama Juana was nasty. but the Añejo was not nasty. It was good. Lisa Dene said,
maybe my bae in Punta Cana. Maybe
listen,
he might be there.
Out there for you, Lisa, girl. Poppy might be out there waiting on you, right? Poppy Chulo, he out there waiting on you.
Lord.
Yes, we'll get our grooves back. We're getting our grooves back.
Hey, I'm gonna need some more men to come on this trip. I'm gonna need some help policing this travesty.
This shiggity.
Oh my goodness.
Alan, you're gonna be surrounded.
This broadcast, we're gonna have more fun than that at the meet and greet, and way more fun than that in Punta Cana. Miriam says yes to the rum. Yes, okay. Listen, we're gonna get some in Añejo and give it to Lisa, and she gonna go out there and spit a freestyle for us. She gonna drop a track. We give her the Añejo, she gonna drop a whole track.
You give her that Añejo, she might have 6 Puerto Rican dudes following her the whole night.
They're gonna be, mommy, where you going, mommy?
Oh Lord.
She said, oh Lord, it scared Bay away. No, he gonna like that. He gonna be like, mommy, I like it, mommy. See?
No, we want the bae. We don't want the chasers. We want the bae. There's a difference.
I don't like it. He gonna be like, yes, mommy. See, mommy.
Oh Lord.
All right, guys. I had a great time this Sunday talking with single entrepreneur Melissa. Mike, hey, where you go, Mike? Are you still there?
Gone.
Mike, we want to see you at the meet and greet. It's at 13940 Belmont North, Houston at Keontae's Lounge. It's on April the 18th from 3 to 6. Miriam says they're going to be following anyway. They sure are. They're going to be looking at them big old cabooses, right?
Oh, Lord.
So we want to see you guys there. It's going to be our first Love and Entrepreneurship in the city, and we're super excited. We hope to see everybody there, and we may have some gifts and prizes for you guys. So come and find out what we have going on, and meet Melissa, and meet Miriam, and meet Lisa, and meet Tina, and meet Richie Rich and Josh. So until next Sunday, we will see you guys. Have an excellent Sunday. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Are you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle but have less than perfect credit? Look no further than Mi Amigo Motors, offering in-house financing to help you build or reestablish your credit. All vehicles are put through a multi-point inspection, and their award-winning customer service and on-site service center will make your buying experience stress-free. I know you got your stimulus check and it's tax refund season, so stop by Mi Amigo Motors today at 9729 Long Point Road or give them a call at 832-548-5927 to reserve your appointment for their VIP approval. Again, that's 832-548-5927. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.